The Power Ranger franchise has many unanswered questions, many unanswered plot lines. Many of these things have been hanging by a thread, unanswered for the past 20 years. And one of them we're going to be talking about today, the subject of Andros' previous team. When Andros first showed up, he was a character covered in mystery, with his spiral saber, his galaxy glider, and his Legolas haircut. We knew nothing about this character when first introduced. All we knew, he was the only Red Space Ranger. And when you're 10 years old, you really don't question why he's out in space by himself, where's his previous team. All you care about is... yeah, that kind of stuff. So like I said, you don't really question it when you're 10 years old. So what happened to Andros' original team? Why is he alone on this quest? Why does he have 4 unused Ranger Morphers, and why does he work alone if he has these? Did something happen to his team? And Andros claimed to be a disciple of Zordon, and when we first meet Andros, he's very antisocial, he's pushing the Rangers away, he doesn't want to be with them, which is very out of character for a Ranger.
Zordon is strong. It's gonna take some time before Dark Spectre can take away all the power. Which gives me some time.
You? We're all in this together.
But we all have the same goal. To protect Zordon.
You're planetary rangers from Earth. What do you know about space?
Nothing, I guess.
Exactly.
You don't like accepting help, do you?
I mean, it was shown in Passing the Torch that Rangers are expected to help others when in need. That's why TJ, Cassie, Ashley, and Carlos were chosen to be Rangers. When we first meet Andros, he doesn't have any of these qualities. So maybe the dude was a different person before he received his powers, and after everything went down, he changed into the loner that we knew when we met him. Now let's talk about the Zane situation. Zane isn't introduced until episode 20 of Power Rangers in Space. So that means Zane's frozen body had been there for 20 plus episodes and Andros didn't even tell his team about it. It explains why he was hesitant to let them join. He didn't want to lose any more friends, any more teammates, after Zane was in a freezer, half dead, half awake, in the ship. And when you think about it, it makes sense. Andros didn't want to give those powers to the Turbo Rangers, he didn't want to hand over the Space Morphers to him. He already had almost 5 dead Rangers on his hands. Did he want 4 more? Probably not. And in the flashback we get in Survival of Silver, we see only Andros and Zane on the battlefield. Silver and red. No other colours. So were previous Rangers killed by Dark Spectre's forces? Was Andros and Zane unable to save them? Or were they killed in the battlefield and that's why those 2 were the only Rangers remaining? What happened for those 2 to be the only survivors on that battlefield? Who killed them? What killed them? My theory is those Rangers did die on the battlefield in that flashback during Survival of Silver. And Andros and Zane were the only last Rangers standing. They probably tried to save their teammates but couldn't. They were overpowered by Dark Spectre's forces. And with Andros and Zane being the last Rangers left, they used all they can to fight them off. With Zane being critically injured, doing what Andros had to do to save his friend by putting him in a frozen state for all those years. And that's how Andros got where he is today. That's why he's such a loner. That's why he's got the lone wolf thing going on. He wanted to do this by himself because he had lost so many people. I mean, it makes sense. He lost 5 other Rangers and he's got a missing sister out there that could be dead or alive. He wanted to make sure he didn't lose anyone else again so he could just complete his mission, help Zordon and find his sister. Andros didn't want to lose anyone else close to him. That makes sense when you think about it. I mean, this guy lost his sister, lost his teammates, lost his best friend who's half alive, half dead. He traveled space for so many years, meets new people. He's very closed off when he meets them and slowly opens up, and then he finds his friend who's half dead, half alive, might be alive after all, so he's slowly adjusting to the things around him. And that's pretty heavy. And this is one of those Power Ranger mysteries that is better left unsolved. I mean, we could get an answer in the comics or by a writer, but it's better for it to remain a mystery about what happened to Andros' previous team. I mean, it's more fun to speculate and make up weird theories and get an actual answer. Yes, an actual answer would be cool, but I think it's one of those mysteries like the Phantom Ranger that is better left unsolved for us to keep guessing. And maybe we will get an answer one day, but for now, this is another unsolved Ranger mystery.